Great Girlfriends, get ready for the 2018 Doers and Disruptors Conference in New York City. This year's conference is dedicated to igniting great girlfriends, putting your ideas into motion, and moving the needle to get the results that you desire out of life. Join us June 21st and 22nd in New York City for a 2-day event with brilliant doers and disruptors across various industries who started with an idea and blossomed to become change agents, global influencers, and enterprise leaders. At the conference, you'll gather for workshops, panels, connect groups, dance breaks, light bites, and more while getting tips and resources to fulfill your passion in your personal life, your career, your business, motherhood, relationships, and more. Don't miss this opportunity to join forces with women who are on the same mission as you and experience the excitement and impact that only Brandis and I can bring to life. Get your tickets now at thegreatgirlfriendsconference.com. We'll see you there. Welcome to the Great Girlfriends podcast, where we discuss life, love, laughter, and everything in between. We're your hosts. I'm Sybil Amuti.
And I'm Brandis Daniel.
And before we jump into this week's episode of the podcast, make sure you sign up for our newsletter at
thegreatgirlfriends.com.
And don't forget to leave us an amazing iTunes review.
Yes, that is the payment for listening to this podcast.
I love it. 5 stars all the way. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. Hey, great girlfriends. We are back. How's everyone doing out there?
How y'all doing? They doing good. I see them on Instagram.
Right. And can I just shout all of you out who are truly passionate about getting to the Great Girlfriends, Doers, and Disruptors Conference. Let me tell you, PayPal did not want us to be great for a minute.
They did not.
You saw that?
Yes. I saw some of the messages on Instagram.
Girl, I want to say thank you to all of you that DM'd us and was like, yo, I tried to get that ticket on PayPal and had issues. We've resolved it for the most part, and you can send your Zelle payment to thegreatgirlfriends@gmail.com, and the tickets get issued within 24 hours. So we found a quick roundabout solution, and we also have 1-day passes that are available. But we're so excited. I'm telling y'all, we getting snatched for y'all.
We getting so snatched.
Y'all.
Sybil sitting here in her workout clothes.
I'm sitting here in my workout clothes because I'm reminding myself that that I got to be like, I got to be ready.
Yes.
So part of what we've been talking about over the course of the last really few weeks, Brandis and I, and Brandis, really quickly, let me not dive right in. Let me just say, how you doing?
I am doing
How you doing, B?
Good. Like, I'm just so excited about life. Life is amazing.
Right?
Yes.
I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it. I feel the energy.
Yeah.
I feel your vibe. Girl, you look great.
I'm excited.
I know. I'm all over. If you're not following Brandis, at Brandis Daniel, I'm all over your IG, and I love your videos.
Thank you. I know. You know what? I was convicted to do a video every day. You know how we compromise with God,
Breaking
right?
with Brandis. With Brandis.
We compromise, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'll do one every now and again. And then a woman put something in my DM and said, I come to your page every day to look for a new video.
Oh.
And I was like, I told her, I said, okay, I haven't been obedient. And I'm making you my accountability partner. If you don't see one every day, you have full permission to call me out.
I love it. She did. She was like, this is your call.
And that's somebody I don't know. Never met her before.
But that's the thing about light. It shines in darkness. And you don't even know who you're reaching when you put your light out there. You don't even know. But you are reaching. So for anyone, and Tiffany Budget needs to reminded us about that about probably 2 years ago when she was on, and she talked about how when she first posted little notes, she would get 1 or 2 likes, and when people were saying to her, wait, I missed your post every day. They weren't necessarily liking, but they were acknowledging mentally.
Right.
So people take mental notes of the good you do.
It's so awesome.
Yeah,
it's so
girl.
awesome. How are you feeling?
I feel fantastic.
You're looking good.
Thank you. I really feel, when I say fantastic, like, I feel so spiritually high.
Yes.
I just feel fantastic, and I just feel so grateful.
Let me tell y'all, Sybil, I called Sybil to pray for my great girlfriend's father. And honey, TDJ say have nothing on that. TDJ say have nothing on that prayer.
It was all Holy Ghost filled, but
and we got an amazing praise report today about him. So thank you so much. You need great girlfriends there that will pray for you.
That's what we're talking about today.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about. And what do we talk about at the end of that prayer?
You
talked
said
about
you got to go get yours.
you got to get out of things what you went for. You got to get what you came for.
Yes.
And so we entered that prayer with expectation.
Yes.
And we came out with expectation, and we haven't dropped it. And the praise report
Yes.
is here. And
Yes.
that, that's the power of you putting your expectation out
Yes.
there and going in knowing that you're going in to get something.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And what I'm realizing, I think now more than ever before, is that our expectation really dictates our lives.
Girl.
And when we don't, like, whatever, we usually get what we expect.
Absolutely.
You usually get what you expect.
Absolutely.
Like, not what you say.
What you expect.
But what you expect from your heart.
Yep. Yeah. You know, a big turning point for me earlier this year, I saw this quote I had never seen. And I love me some Oprah. And I keep up with Oprah's quotes, but this one that said, you get out of life what you have the courage to ask for, it reminded me of the expectation in our heart.
Yes.
You know, you might say something, but your heart might be thinking something totally different. And so sometimes when the two don't match up, we get disappointed, but we forget that we haven't checked our heart.
Yes.
Because that's where the expectation sits.
Absolutely.
It sits there in our heart and our mind. If we get those two aligned,
yes.
then what we speak will have conviction behind it, and we can actually transform our world a bit differently than when we do otherwise.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Even sometimes, I know in my own life, there's been times when I've even prayed and asked other people to pray a prayer for me that I didn't believe with my heart.
Yeah.
And I wanted it. It wasn't that I didn't have the desire, but I didn't have the belief.
Yeah. Yeah.
And those are two different things.
Absolutely. The belief and the desire.
Right.
Yep.
Two different things. And I think that belief comes from expectation too. Because I it's like sometimes, Lord, I knows I love my mother. But sometimes she'll say things like, I'll say, Mom, I want this to happen, and she'll say, oh yeah, we'll believe for this, but at least if this happens,
that butt, big old butt.
At least at least if you get just that'll be a blessing all by itself. That's not what I'm believing for.
Yeah. And
we do that.
Yeah.
We'll say, I want this, but if I just get that, that'll be really good.
Absolutely. Completely missing the thing that we actually truly desire because we lower our belief.
Immediately.
We lower our expectation.
Within minutes, we lower our belief.
Yeah. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to say that in our lives, it's very important that we acknowledge our belief is our responsibility.
Yes.
It is not my mother's responsibility. It's not my husband's. It's not my friends. It's not their responsibility to carry belief in the vision that I have in my heart. It is my responsibility to take ownership of the things that I believe that I expect to see.
Absolutely.
And sometimes we have a belief and we bounce it off other people. And when they don't believe in the same way that we believe, it lowers our expectation for what can possibly happen because we're looking for people to cooperate with our belief.
Yes.
And that is not what we're called to do.
And, okay. Oh, gosh, there's so much in this. Great girlfriends. Oh, we didn't even tell y'all to pull pen and paper out. But this is a total pen and paper moment because, if you don't fully believe yet, I'm going to say don't speak it.
Don't speak it.
Because if you don't fully believe, it's so easy for you to then believe what other people say about what you believe.
Yeah.
Right? So if you say that I'm going to be an actress, and if you don't really believe and see yourself being an actress, and I don't know, maybe this is actress for someone in particular, if you don't see and you don't believe that, don't speak it yet.
Yeah.
Because the moment somebody comes to you and they say, girl, do you know how hard it is to be an actress? You know how many people? I got like 5 friends that have been trying to be an actress for 15 years and ain't nothing happened, girl. And now, Lord have mercy, they broke and they ain't got no place to stay. And, honey, they eating crackers and sand, And all of that just, you change your mind in an instant if you don't believe yet.
Yeah.
So sometimes it takes us a moment to really get our belief where it needs to be. And if it takes you a moment to do that, that's fine. But at that moment, don't tell anybody. Just start to really cultivate that belief within yourself. Have conversations between you and God.
Yeah.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Because otherwise, you'll get thrown off track so fast. You don't have to. And I am a big believer in speaking it. Sybil has to tell me to shut up sometimes because I will speak something, but I'm speaking it because I believe it.
Yeah, and that's part of you forcing yourself to step into it even more.
That is my the method that works for Brandis.
Yeah, it definitely makes you step into it more.
Yeah.
I think something that's super important as well, and I've learned this through my Brave group, and if you haven't been a part of Brave, I invite you to join the Private Growth Circle for Women.
How can they join it?
You can email me. I know. I got a DM from a great girlfriend who was like, "Is Brave now public?" Because I call it a private group.
It's because Sybil and I are horrible about having projects and not even sharing them with the great girlfriends. Let me just say that.
Y'all come for us too.
So Sybil, let's just take a pause and we're going to do a commercial for a moment. So Sybil has a mentor group called Brave, as well as a podcast called The Grace Podcast. Okay.
I have both.
So make sure if you have not checked out the Grace Podcast, stop what you're doing, right? Even if you stop this podcast for real quick, come back to it. But go check out and subscribe to Grace Podcast.
Yes.
And then she also has a group called Brave. And in order to become a part of Brave, what do they have to do, Sid?
They have to email me, SybilAmuti@gmail.com. And Brave is a private growth circle for women. And the reason why I call it a private growth circle is because it is an intimate circle of women that are selected to grow together. And it's through trust and vulnerability. And we're working through all the kinks of belief and doubt and all those big things. And so the next circle is going to start in July. But you do need to enroll early. So you definitely want to email now. And it's been amazing. But I will say one of the major pieces that I'm learning from not even just my Brave women, shout out to all of you, but to women that we speak to around the world, great girlfriends all together, we have a hard time dreaming. We have a hard time imagining. We have a hard time casting vision. And so when it comes time for us to believe, we can't believe in anything because we haven't spent time cultivating or fertilizing our imaginings. And a lot of times those imaginings are so loaded with fear and doubt. We cultivate those. But when it comes time for us to push past our certainty, our point of certainty, and look at where God sits, which is in the realm of vision, we have a lot of lack there. And so I'm going to encourage our girlfriends. I mean, for a long time with my journal, I just start to sit with my dreams. Yes. I wasn't sitting. Don't put your to-do list in your journal. I don't believe they belong there. I believe your journal is for your vision. Your journal is for exploration of your thoughts. Your journal is for emotional release. It's for transparency. I love myself. I don't like myself today. I could have done better here. God, where are you? I need you. God, I see you. I love you. You know, on a sunny day, I imagine myself being here. On a rainy day, I imagine myself here. My business is doing this. I confess this with my heart. You know, I believe that's what your journal is about. I believe you could put a to-do list on your fridge. Yes. But I believe like your journal, it should be an intimate place where you imagine and dreamcast and explore your desires, the things that they're deeply embedded, that your belief is waiting to activate, but we keep it so suppressed. Yes. Then when it comes time for us to believe, we just like, I just want to pay a bill. No, baby, that's cute. But that's not it. There's more to life than us paying bills and going to work every day.
Absolutely.
Well, let's take a commercial break and jump right back in. Great girlfriends, do you have your ticket to the 2018 Doers and Disruptors Conference? If not, what are you waiting for? Join us in New York for a 2-day event filled with brilliant doers and disruptors across various industries who started with an idea and blossomed to become great change agents. We can't wait to join with you for workshops, panels, connect groups, dance breaks, light bites, and more, while giving you tips and resources to fulfill your passion in your personal lives, careers, businesses, motherhood, and relationships. Log on to thegreatgirlfriendsconference.com and get a ticket for yourself and your greatest girlfriends. We'll see you there.
I think the thing that keeps people from dreaming is disappointment or being afraid that something won't work out.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, there's a song by Andra Day that I love, and it's called Cheers to the Fall.
Oh, yes, yes.
Woo! It's like that song right there just takes me somewhere because she says that I won't not try because I might fall.
Absolutely.
And if me trying means that I might one day fall, cheers to the doggone
the
fall. Because like we only get one life, people.
Yeah,
Like we
absolutely.
don't get another life. We get one life. And in this one life, do you guys know how many things can be accomplished and how your one life can make a difference for so many people?
Yeah.
And it's just based on your belief.
Yes.
And like Sybil, that dreaming is so important. And if you listen to God, He will have you dreaming beyond anything you even desired for yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right? Like you're like, what? Like I had a moment, like literally either last night or night before last, and I was like, okay, it's time for me to write out my story, right? And I was reading, I had picked up this book. I was like, I'm sick of reading business books and I'm sick of listening to business podcasts, which normally I love. So there has to be a good fiction book. So I went to Barnes and Noble to get a fiction book. Turned out I had already read the book. So I was like, I want a good fiction book. So I got to find one in this house. There has to be one fiction book in this house.
Yes.
Found one. It was Susan Fowles Hill book, One Flight Up.
Oh, yeah.
So found her book, reading that book. And as I'm reading the book, like God hit me with like, you need to finish writing your story and don't write it as a book, write it as a movie because it's going to be a movie. And I'm like,
movie?
And I'm just like,
Can I
this
be
is
you
gonna
in a
be a
movie?
movie, like but
Can I be
like,
you?
girl, you're so stupid.
Can I play Brandis?
But
I got the accent. Let me be Brandis in the movie.
Crazy,
Just
Sybil.
say yes. Say yes.
Sybil, you are nuts. You're gonna be off hosting something. Ain't nobody gonna be. I'm gonna be contacting your assistant. But like dream, like being open to that, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I could have been like, but girl, I didn't already start writing out on the subway this morning on the way here. I start writing it out as writing my book as if it's a movie, so that when people read it, they see a movie. So whoever needs to put this into a movie will put it into a movie.
Yeah.
But we have to be open to that.
Yeah, and guess what? When you dream, you don't have to have the plan. You just have to say yes to the idea that something so fascinating can live on the inside of you.
Sybil about to make me kick her off this chair.
But seriously, you don't have to have the plan.
No.
You just have to say, yes, something so fascinating can live on the inside of you. And can I tell you how fascinated I've been with myself since I started dreaming? Like, you don't have to love Sybil. Sybil loves Sybil so much.
Yes.
I love being with me so much. I love being with my thoughts so much. They no longer haunt me. They entertain me. They fascinate me. They drive me forward. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
I love being with me so much. And I love my skipping light days in the park. And I love my hard days because I have my thoughts and visions on something higher than what I'm looking at. My expectation can live. It can actually exist in a realm called faith. And that's well beyond my present space.
Right.
And that's because I give myself the space and the ability and the boldness to dream and to participate with God in the visioning process.
I love something you just said, Sid, because one of the things Sybil just said was it doesn't matter what it looks like right now.
No.
Like what you literally just said was your dream is not contingent on what your life looks like right now, what your bank account looks like right now, what your relationship looks right now. Like it's not contingent on anything that's happening right now.
And so many times we try to plant our dream into our bank account and they don't fit. Right? Y'all know they don't fit. Y'all know when y'all do the math on the dream and your bank accounts, they never fit. But can I just tell you, Brandis, in my life, when I gave myself permission to dream, I dreamed of us, not you, because I didn't know it was gonna be you at the time, but I dreamed of reaching women around the world. And I didn't know how. Had no idea how until I thought about it. I shared it with someone that I trust. Brandis was sharing her dream with someone that she trusted. Brandis has never given me one of her dreams, and I was like, kill it, B, kill it.
Right.
That's not how we do. So to the point that our dreams can live together. And when those two came together, it was just a matter of us saying yes.
Yeah.
The how became visible.
Absolutely.
It became visible.
Absolutely.
Next thing you know, we start reaching countries. We were like, oh, snap. We got people. Then we're like, look, what we say, we're like, maybe it's a bot. We start thinking like, maybe they downloaded on accident until they kept downloading.
They kept
around the
downloading
world.
it.
Now, over 100 countries. Those were visions that were sitting in this place. Now, I will say, once upon a time, I suppressed it because I thought I was a girl from Memphis who couldn't do much outside of the realm of Memphis and then New York. And then I localized all of God's capabilities.
Yes.
And God dealt with me on that. And I got tired of normalizing something that was so extraordinary.
Yes.
I got tired of it.
Yes.
And for any girlfriend that's sitting there, you're tired of it. It's because you keep trying to normalize and localize something so extraordinary, which is the gift of visioning and dreaming.
Yes.
And it breaks every boundary, every wall, and it will captivate you in a way which you feel like you're escaping your moment in your cubicle. You're going places that seem far away, but they're not so far away.
They're not.
They're not. Because all those times that you and I were having those conversations about how we were going to reach these women and start this podcast and all these other things, God was already fertilizing the ground, that faith ground, that dreaming ground.
Absolutely.
And so many things that would not have been permissible years before became permissible for us.
So quickly. And I remember even when we first did the first probably 3 podcasts, I was like, oh, this is about to be big. Like, it was just like, and that was when you couldn't shut me up. But like, we go in parties and someone was like, Brandis, before we go into this party, do not mention this podcast to anyone.
Lies and deceit. Y'all know we starting the podcast. We don't have a name yet, but we starting the podcast. I've been looking at her
it's gonna
like,
be amazing.
Oh, here she goes. Here she goes. And I'm trying to normalize, but Brandis, look at our accounts. We have to plan. We have to da-da-da-da-da. And Brandis kept trying to take the balloon and put it, and I was like, okay, let's just soar. And that's how it was. It was like that for months.
I knew. I was like, I could not think of a place online where 2 women were having very honest, authentic, putting all of our crap on the line.
Yeah.
In a very public way. I had never seen it been done.
No.
So, and I didn't know, like, Sybil and I have always had great chemistry. But, I didn't know that we were going to just, like,
right.
we were just going to, like, let it all drop, let it all flow. I had no idea we were going to do that. So, when I realized we were going to do that, I was like, oh, this right here is more than amazing. Yeah. Like, this is more, by the way, great girlfriends, it is no point in you listening to this podcast, loving it, and not sharing it.
Amen.
So, that's something we haven't said in a while, but, like, share it.
Yeah,
like, share it with your friends. Like, everyone needs this. I mean, me and Sybil leave out of these podcast recordings feeling lighter, feeling better, feeling happier, because this really is a special, special space. Like the Great Girlfriends, the brand is just special. Yeah. It really is. So it's just amazing.
It is. And I think one thing, more than anything that we wanted for this and that we continue to pour into you is to dream.
Yes.
Set high expectations.
Absolutely.
Make space in your ordinary life for extraordinary dreams to manifest.
And you'll feel it at the conference. I mean, if you have not even considered the conference, I want you to consider it. I want you to set your expectations that you will have what you need to get there. If you need a roommate, email us. Let us know that you need it. Put it out there in the Great Girlfriends Facebook group if you're not there. Mm-hmm. There's a roommate for you. There's a situation. Trust me, you need to be in New York June 21st and 22nd.
Yes,
you have to be there. Like, you have to be there. It's going to be one of the most amazing experiences of your life.
Yeah.
I can guarantee that, actually.
Yeah.
100%.
I listen, I confer with her. I agree. Because I'm going to be there.
Absolutely. And I'm going to be there. So.
Yes. So we love you. Go out and slay.
Go out and slay.
Have a great week.
We could not end this podcast without thanking our amazing husbands.
Yes, thank you, Kwaku.
And thank you so much, Rich Daniel.
And our beautiful children. Thank you, Sam and Dylan.
And thank you, Miss Sky Daniel.
And thank you to all of you, Great Girlfriends, for trusting us as your go-to source for everything life, love, and laughter.
You can check us out on our social, on Instagram,
The Great Girlfriends,
on Twitter,
_Great GFS,
and on Facebook,
The Great Girlfriends.
And please make sure that you join our Facebook group, which is over 16,000 women strong.
Absolutely. And make sure you listen every single Wednesday on iTunes, Spotify, Podcast Bean, Podcast Republic, Google Play, and every other podcasting service.
Absolutely.
Be sure to post your questions, share with your friends.
Keep listening and keep being a great girlfriend.
I'm Sybil.
And I'm Brandon.
And we're signing off.
Peace.
Peace.